Samsung hasn't rocked the boat with either of its flagships. This generation, the Z Fold 5 and S23 Ultra both offer incremental improvements over their respective predecessors when compared to each other. However, you'll find plenty of differences between what are undoubtedly two of the best Android phones money can buy. The Galaxy S23 Ultra doesn't fold in half, but it still packs some impressive display specs. The S23 Ultra packs perhaps the best AMOLED display on the market, which comes in at 6.8-inch along the diagonal and it refreshes at a fast 120 Hz. The company also sprung for the newest and mold tech from Samsung Display this generation. That means it's slightly more efficient than other smartphones on the market. Meanwhile, the Galaxy Z Fold 5 takes on a more maximalist approach with this dual-screen foldable form factor. If you ever find the outer 6.2-inch display to cramp for your liking, simply unfold the smartphone to reveal a large 7.6-inch canvas. Both AMOLED displays feature 120 Hz refresh rates, so you will compromise on visual fidelity or smoothness when moving between them. They don't get as bright as these 23 Ultra's display, but it's not a groundbreaking difference in the real world. That said, it's worth noting that the Fold 5's cover display is significantly narrower than most smartphones. It's plenty usable, but you might find the keyboard a little cramped if you have larger hands. Similarly, you might notice significant black bars while watching content. Luckily, unfolding the Fold 5 will keep your position in the app and give you approximately 60% more display area versus the S23 Ultra. Moving on to processing power, the S23 Ultra and Fold 5 packs Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip as a flagship Android SoC for 2023. It offers a marginal step up in peak CPU performance and a significantly better GPU compared to last year. Both phones are on the latest Android 13 with Samsung One UI interface as an overlay, but the Z Fold 5 will enjoy its exclusive multitasking interface features made possible by the giant internal display. The Fold 5 comes with a few durability compromises versus the S23 Ultra. With the objective differences out of the way, it's worth addressing the elephant in the room: long-term durability. The Fold 5 suffers slightly in this department due to its reliance on moving parts, while the hinge will likely survive the lifetime of the device. You'll have to keep it away from sandy and dusty environments as it only supports IPX8 water resistance, unlike the S23 Ultra, which supports IP68 dust and water resistance. Foldable durability has improved with each passing generation. The Fold 5's ultra-thin glass on the inner display is still susceptible to damage from accidental fingernail pressure. A total display failure along the crease, there's a lot that could go wrong. So if you pick up the foldable, consider paying for Samsung Care Plus as well. The Z Fold 5 is thinner and lighter, but it unfolds to reveal a larger display than this 23 Ultra. As you'd expect, the Fold 5 and S23 Ultra feel nothing alike in the hand. With the Z Fold 5's more premium positioning, you'd expect it to have the most capable camera system. However, that's not the case. The S23 Ultra has proven to be the best camera phone in the business, and it ekes out a win primarily because of its improved primary camera. With the new 200 megapixels wide-angle camera on S23 Ultra, which uses pixel binning to improve low-light performance and fine detail, you'll find that the Fold 5 uses the same technology on its 50 megapixel shooter, but of course doesn't go quite as far. Samsung hasn't improved the ultra-wide or telephoto sensors on the S23 Ultra, so expect identical performance in these areas on the Z Fold 5. If you care about optical zoom beyond 3x, the S23 Ultra takes the lead once again with its 10x periscope lens. You can extract a surprising amount of detail from faraway objects. The foldable can reach this zoom level too, but it has to rely on inferior digital zoom, and only the periscope hardware can reach 100x space zoom, if that's something you care about. As for the video recording mode, both phones can record in 8K resolution. However, the S23 Ultra can go up to 8K at 30 FPS, while the foldable peaks at a slightly lower 24 FPS. The Z Fold 5 features two front-facing cameras, one for each display. Practically speaking, the outer 10-megapixel selfie shooter shouldn't be too far off from the S23 Ultra's 12 megapixels camera. The secondary selfie camera isn't really a selling point for the foldable, as image quality suffers from its position under the display. Both phones feature decent-sized batteries and should comfortably last through the end of the day. For most people, you could expect around 5.5 hours of screen on time from the Z Fold 5. Having said that, this 23 Ultra features a 600 milliamp larger battery than the Fold 5. The difference, which you'll likely notice in heavy use. The Fold 5's inner display will also draw more power due to its sheer size, so don't expect it to be an endurance champ. Now the question is, which one should you buy? Both Samsung flagship smartphones boast unique strengths that set them apart from not just each other, but also the broader smartphone market. The S23 Ultra's cutting-edge camera hardware and premium build make it as one of the best phones on the market, while the Fold 5 is undoubtedly expensive as foldable form factor puts it in a league of its own. Ultimately, if you care about living on the bleeding edge of smartphone technology above everything else, consider the Galaxy Z Fold 5. But if you're a pragmatic shopper, you'll be better served by the cheaper Galaxy S23 Ultra with its included S Pen and proven long-term durability. So which Samsung flagship smartphone will you pick? Let us know down in the comments section. And if you enjoyed the video, then a sub to the channel will be massive. See you for the next time. Peace out.